Good evening. I have changed, hooked up a different mic. Let me know. Can you hear me? Looks like everything's fine on my end. Let me know if we're good. What up, Seeker? Everybody hear me? What up, Asher? All right, I guess we're good. People told me to get more of an expensive mic, but I had an expensive mic. It just, my software grabs my other mic once in a while. So this should sound pretty good tonight. What up, Clint? Mark? Short? Outlaw? Brian? Give a few minutes here. My promo guy is not around. Let me call him real quick. What up, Zauer? Josh? Nick's in here. Nick was coming over, and then he's got stuff to do, and we weren't going to go live, and I thought, we need to jump in here. We've had a little bit of action, and we're at about 1,100 off the highs. Thank you, Kirk, for the subscribe. Litecoin took, I ran up to 106, 107, right back down to 91 a little bit ago. So that one, no good. Right, Nick's playing video games. I saw that. Too funny. He's like in the top 5% maybe or something, or he says he is. What up, Clint? I thought I wrenched you the other day. Wrench you now. So the sad part of it is we got the ride to 12,000. You can see here, I had said 12,000 because I thought we'd have some buying come in and we'd get above this high here. And that was 11.9 or so. So we did that last night. That was it. And then we had a quick sell off to 11.2 just a little bit ago. So, unluckily I sold because I was afraid we wasn't going to get above this high. So kind of my first misstep, maybe a decent misstep for the year. I did sell Litecoin though at 99.40, I'm going to say it was. And that would have been back here, 99.40-ish. Actually, let me bring... hold on here a second. Yeah, the sell was 99.40 here. We did come down to 91 or so, then had that quick run yesterday to 106, 107, which really spiked and up thrust in a downtrend, and then right back to 91, 92. So I don't like the action there. Litecoin looking extremely weak. Quickly we can go over. Nothing looks any better. I mean, Ripple ran up to 34, back here to 30, 31. Neo cleared down to 11.28. So luckily, haven't messed with any of these. Again, those gave you up thrust and downtrends. So appreciate it. Power play. EOS, ETC. All these alts look horrible. And the reason for that, obviously, is the dominance. I've talked about this chart. I think we got to go to the daily. I was kind of looking for 72. Anywhere here, I think you could be on lookout for a top. But then again, I don't know. I mean, China chased Bitcoin. I think that's why we got the rally to 12.3 last night. You had the stock market here tanking, which, as everybody should know, we're short stocks, long bonds, long metals, long a couple stock positions, Square, AMD, but we killed it on the stock side. So I'm not sure about the dominance. I'm not going to say I'm that perfect on the Bitcoin dominance. I think that's a tough chart to analyze. So. we go back to Bitcoin, kind of a roadmap now. Let's see if I can bring that in here. This is probably the roadmap I'm looking at now. There's probably not a lot of new people in here, but I do Wyckoff because I own the original institute. Mr. Wyckoff started, but I do throw Wyckoff, or I threw Elliott Wave on top of it. I got a couple more links here from Elliott Wave I'm going to probably post the next day or two. Some pretty cool shit on Elliott Wave. So I'll let you have that. Straight from Elliott Wave International. So here's still the count, I think. As everybody knows, we'd had a sell at 13.5, 13.1. And then again, I gave a sell at 10.4. When I was buying down here, I was expecting a rally to 12,000, which we did get. So I think that is a B wave. And if things go right, I mean, I'm afraid to say I think we're headed 8,000. So that's going to scare some people. If that count is correct, possibly it could be, this might be an alternative. I'm not sure of that, but it's the same. We go to the same place. We go to below 8,000, but we just take longer to get there. So we would do a triangle here. First part of it is done. I'm not sure how appropriate that count is. The bullish count, which I don't think, the bullish account is here. And I'd mentioned this before when I was live. Sorry with all the crap on here, but we already had the 1-2. This was a deep 1-2, and now we're headed to all-time highs. That would mean, you know, 11.1, 11,000 probably would bury this alternative. So another deep sell-off here, and probably I don't think you could call this correct. This was a pretty good rally, but I'm going to show you the volume didn't really expand on that rally, so I don't think it was that impressive. But the bulls have got to be hoping that this is a wave 3. We're going to hold up here and then go to new highs again. If that happens, and I would still hope to buy another pullback to 11,000 on a later date, so I don't miss the rally to 20,000. I know some people have called this was a wave 3 here, and we're still working on a wave 4. That's a possibility, but I don't think that's true. And again, I'm really going to follow the software. I don't really care at the moment what Elliott Wave is saying until we get something from the software. Let's let that load. I'm not sure why that wasn't loaded because I already did a bunch of charts. Here is Bitcoin USDT while we wait for the software to load. These I just did snapshots 10 minutes ago. Bitcoin USDT, 43.68 on the technometer. So that's back to neutral. So, you know, definitely not a buy signal, but if we're in a bull market, 40 could be a buy signal. So we're going to watch Bitcoin USDT. Here is Bitcoin USD, 46.68. So, you know, you would think we got some room to settle the downside, which again is what I'm calling for. So yeah, I kind of think that was a sucker rally. I think a lot of it again was China coming in and picking up what they could. Let's go and look at this rally a little closer now on the 5-minute. My building's having water issues, which are screwing up my air conditioning. So once again, a little warm in here. There's a couple days on the 5-minute. Not a lot to talk about there. Let's go out to the last month on a 5-minute chart. Price and volume. Again, this is our proprietary software breaking down price and volume, giving us a technometer reading, which has helped us make quite a bit of money here. So you can see here on the rally to 12.2 last night, 12.3, volume just got back to the previous high. I mean, it struggled to do that. So at the moment, not impressed with volume. The key is going to be if we can go back above 12.3, then I think that probably would tell us we're still headed higher. I don't expect that to happen. Bitcoin USDT. If it does happen, I mean, Litecoin, Ethereum, and these alts, I guess they're going to stay under pressure. And dominance is going to go to 72, which is what I mentioned a week ago, I believe, on YouTube Live. Bitcoin USDT, 5-minute for the month. Let this thing load. All right, then here it's even more dramatic. Look at volume here. When we take out the 11,000 on price and volume considerably not wanting it to go. And that's why I didn't like the rally, really didn't like the rally after the 10.8 for real. Because 10.8 is when our technometer really touched the 50 level. That was really, for the technometer, that was the sell level. And you can see here volume couldn't really come in until the last blow off last night, which was about 2 in the morning. That would have been suckers coming in, shorts covering, the last retail buying is why you got the big jump to lower right. So that's not impressive. That makes you think that we have done an ABC and we're headed lower. So what up, Shinobi? So again, that chart does not look good. So we'll look at Link real quick. $246, 3 hour. I know trying to count this Elliott wave on the way up, but it kind of stalled out here. That could be a wave 4 ending here and new highs coming. Again, I don't know, with the environment that we're in, I don't think many of these coins can do much here. So Link's probably got a good fundamental story, probably one to have. But maybe not going to do much right here, right now. Here's Atom, USDT 359, setting. Nothing there either. And really not much else I'm looking at. I'm really monitoring Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum is really the only three I'm remotely messing with, and not much Ethereum. So unless we got a little bit more to talk about, cool, James B. Glad you got that. Pretty good book. Put that together ourselves. Kind of a go-along guide with the audio videos. That's the Wyckoff Unleashed course. It's online, but there's also a 560-page book that goes with it. That's at wyckoffsmi.com. LearnCrypto.io for the $2.99 watered-down version of that course. Then, as always, check out the Discord. $40 a month. We did do a purge over there. We had a lot of people in without paying and etc. So just make sure I know he's down to the last few. Make sure we've gotten your Patreon and Discord names so we can match them up to keep you in. If you do get booted and you've paid, just let Nick or I know and you'll get right back in. Sorry for any inconvenience, but Just had too much action going on. We had too many people joining too fast. So check out that link. We can go to patreon.com/learncrypto. There's a link for the Patreon Discord. You pay the 40 in Patreon, then we give you a Discord invite link, is the way it works. Right, Nick booted a few people. And actually, I lost a good friend from a boot. Not sure why, but yeah, I got a guy that was extremely mad at me. And all he had to do was just give me an update, but didn't like that, but I can't do much about it. Trying to keep everybody happy. I mean, 40 on the Bitcoin USD tech, I mean, that could come with another 500 lower probably. Down around maybe the 10.8. I'd have to see where Bitcoin USD is and see if there's any type of divergence, anything going on down there. So, I don't know. I mean, that chart there, you got to realize the reason Bitcoin USDT is more oversold is the volume did not rally enough to get extremely overbought. So I don't want to jump on a near oversold reading too quick, I don't think. Because I think ultimately this is not good action. So we just have to watch it. And again, for anybody new, if we go back 4-hour chart, and really, if you throw some Elliott wave on it, it looks like we've had the 5 waves off the low. This is the blue is a 4, meaning we need 5 waves to the upside, and the 1-2 is the first part of that. So the way this is reading, the 2 was really quick and really short. I'm not sure of that. I really think we come out here and do a wave 2 out here a little bit more. Supports back at previous 4th wave at like 7,700. Everything's been tilted to the upside, so I really think 8,000 is probably support for any big sell-off. And again, I did tell you that some people have counted this 1, 2, and this is a 3, and then maybe that was the 4, and then we're headed to 20,000 now, or 16, 17, 18,000, and then have a big correction. So if you think about that, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're headed to 16, 17, 18,000 now, and then we would have a earth-shattering decline back down to maybe 8,000. That's probably the account if this decline doesn't get into full gear here to the downside like I think it's going to. And then like Litecoin and some of these are showing you. Because there's Litecoin on the same chart. We had great buys on the way up. And then since then, it's just gotten extremely sloppy. We got stopped out of quite a bit at 134, I believe it was. And bought some 90s, sold some 98s, bought 92, sold 100, etc. in here. No real positions in Litecoin at the moment. You're asking for BTT. I hate to say, I think that's down here at the bottom. So let me see if I can find that one real quick. BTT USDT, there it is. 3 hour. I mean, I normally don't like coins too weak, but a lot of these are fighting Bitcoin for dominance. So, you know, a low risk area to be long here. I'm sure you're probably long on the more of a rally, so don't know much about that one. Let's throw volume on that chart real quick. Volume's really light here after some pretty good volume on the uptick, so might be oversold here. Some of these are still not on my software yet. If I had more of the alts on my software, that'd be ideal. So hopefully we can talk about that in the near future. There's Bitcoin 11,411. Go back to the 5 minute. I don't know why they added. I can't wait to look at a 5-second chart. Whoa. And pay extra for it. I mean, there's Bitcoin off the highs. So again, I think that was the B wave ended. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So we could muscle up, maybe see an 11.7 still. And then that's probably a sell for further weakness. I will look at Matic because that's one that Nick's traded. A lot of people in the Discord have traded or are trading. Matic, USDT. That's the 5 minute. Again, that one came under huge pressure. I think that's one Nick bought down here or had been long it and sold it on the way up. And I think maybe now it's flat looking for a re-entry. So yeah, that was one of those 45 down to 10. So pretty big sell-off. I was showing a spring trying to pick a low down here. Again, I don't really trade some of these small caps. Nick does more of that. That one been volume did come in here in a big way, so I would think the low's in there, but rather buy a pullback now. MKR USD, 2-hour chart. Not much to try to figure out there. Can't give you much help on MKR. Sorry, Destin and Moonsmoke. What up, Jeff? Let's look at ZRX, USD. Go out to a 4-hour. I mean, new lows, 50% off the highs. Back at Bitcoin 3,500, we did give a sell on all the alts, so these just keep coming under pressure. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to watch these and see where we can hopefully pick up some type of cheap low on these things. But for right now, I'm really just not paying attention to many of them. All eyes are on Bitcoin. There's DigiByte USD, same type of thing, near the lows. There's Bitsby Trippin'. What's up, Bitsby Trippin'? This guy does a lot of mining and building rigs, which is nothing I know about. But follow him. I think he's got, I don't know what it is, Bits, 30, 40,000, 50,000 maybe, I don't know. St. Louis. We ought to get together sometime, for real. What's up, Blake? Yeah, JG, I don't know. I mean, the alts have got problems, so I think they'll come alive somewhere here, but I don't think we'll ever get a real alt season again. Philippe, I don't know. If Bitcoin goes to 8,000, I'm not sure. I think alts are going to fall with it in the beginning, and then maybe at the end of it, maybe perk up some. So that's tough. What up, Aimbalt? I believe you're from Discord, so there's your moderator. But that's really about all I got going on. What's up, Eric? XRP, XTZ, EOS, BAT, and Link. XRP, man, it looked good there at the beginning of the year and then has been extremely hard to trade since then. Well, that's all I got. Technometers 43 to 46. I think that 12,000 was a B wave top. As I'm showing here. And again, I'm using Wyckoff first. Wyckoff looks, we had the sell. I think there's something coming down here. So it might not be the moved 8,000. We'll monitor that. The moved 8,000 might not be straight line. Could take lots of zigs and zags. So hopefully we'll trade some of them if we can. Could be 5 ways down. So we might get a buy on the wave 1. Scalp a wave 2 up. Stand aside for a sharp wave 3 down. So that'll be the plan. Try to trade a little bit on the way down. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Decide at some point where these alts maybe have a little bit of value. But right now, I have no idea of that. So that's all. Join the Discord. $40 a month. We got whatever it is now, 650 people, I think, over there. We answer questions pretty fast in there. I answer a lot of questions on Twitter as well. So that's all I got. Appreciate the support. And Nick and I is planning on going live tomorrow night together at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. 2 hours from now, before now. It's 8 o'clock here now. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, unless we get big action before then, and if I go live by myself, then him and I might not go live. But otherwise, that's it. So, what up, Greg? If 10.8 gives it up, yeah, I think if 11.1 gives it up, but yeah, 10.8 gives it up, I think it tells you we're headed lower. What's up, Kawika? So that's all I got. Once again, I'm going to play the outro to Who is Wyckoff, and we'll catch you later. You know what? I didn't go over any stock. Let's hold that up just a second. Let's go back and talk about the stocks real quick. This is the Wyckoff wave because the stocks are making big moves. And I'm getting a lot of more pro traders and followers there. So this is the Wyckoff wave that's been in a purple trading range forever. Let's go back 9 months. I had said we'd come down and maybe test the 47,000 level, which we did. We have held it, but I'm not enjoying a lot of volume coming in here, especially if we go to the SPY. I do manage stock portfolios at Charles Schwab if anybody's interested. Or we sell stock ideas at Pro Traders, $40 a month at wyckoffsmi.com. We did give a sell, and actually I think we gave that here live as well on YouTube. So I gave a sell here Monday morning 2 weeks ago. Caught the high that day. We did come up and was going to stop us out, but my stops held. I'm still short here. You can see 4 red bars. A lot of that obviously is the China news, but we're still short here. Technometer 40, 41. If you look at TLT, which has been a big home run for us this year, do the 6-month chart there. That'll show the original buy at 119 and change. We sold here and then we rebought here. Still long. We did raise stops today. 48 on the technometer. So anybody that's long these based on our Pro Traders or Discord, we do give these trades in Discord as well. I don't guarantee you're getting 100% of them, but you're probably going to get most of them. But I would think This is probably a fourth wave triangle here, all this action. So I think this is an ending move, and then we'll have a pretty big ABC down. So anybody long, I think if you want to get out tomorrow, next day or two, probably be ready to do that. With lower interest rates, you're getting a run to the gold miners. This also has been a big home run for us. You can see we had the buyback here like we did the TLT. We doubled up here. We've got a trailing stop here on both positions. Technometer 42, 38's a buy, 50's a sell. If you have corresponding price action. But this looks higher because we're definitely not overbought. GDXJ, same type of thing. Neutral technometer, I would expect still higher. UUP, the dollar index, wanting to be short this puppy. But I don't know if that was an up thrust. Pretty big red bars with decent volume. So right now I'm still watching this. I want to be short. AMD is a stock that I think I like here. We're long it from higher levels. We bought this after earnings. So we'll watch that one. Somebody just threw us some money, I think. Appreciate that. I missed it. Square. We bought that at 68.60 or 64.60. So again, that's a stock I think you want to own. But the stock market right now definitely looks heavy. So we're going to see about whether we add on to that. Appreciate the subscribe. So that wraps up kind of the stock ideas. Bitcoin 11,467. So again, if we look closer at this, possibly this was 5 waves down. We could bounce around here a little bit. And then I'm wanting another wave of selling to come in. There's a little bit of news from Bits Be Trippin'. Who knows what he's talking about? So that's interesting. So check that out. Appreciate that, Bits Be Trippin', for that little info. And Nick, we need to get Bits Be Trippin' still on our show sometime. So appreciate that. So that's all, guys. Here's the outro, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape, and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907, I created the Magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the Magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard E. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff Stock Market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.